Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it out, let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud. I'm more loud.
Yes, my people, big up yourself, big up everybody inside. Make sure you lot are smashing the likes. Come on, man, we do this every day. I'm here for you lot. Let me just make sure that this thing's running. So if any news comes true, I can just give it to you lot live. Yeah, man, we'll get into the news, man. There's Gallagher news, Zirkzee, a few more other news as well. We got a new gem that's come out there. Apparently, we're interested in him, so we're going to get straight into it. This is Sesko, the boy Sesko. This is about his injury. Sully came out last night, and Sully is very good. When it comes to Man United news, Sully comes out and just drops bombs and keeps it moving. You don't want to monetize. You don't want to sit down and tweet forever. You'll just drop the bomb, let us know what's going on, and keep it moving. So big up the boy Sully. He came out last night and said Benjamin Sesko injury is still described as not major. Despite reports, Sesko has responded well to recovery in the last week. The projected timeline for a return is 2 to 3 weeks. As of now, subject to change. Club won't rush him back. So he could take 2 to 3 weeks. It might be a month. It could be less. Who knows? But you know Amrin does not rush players back. And he's the only player that we've actually even got injured. All of our players are not injured no more. Maguire, Mainu, they're all back. Everyone's cool. Martinez, etc. So yeah, man. So that's Sesko. 2 to 3 weeks. Sesko should be back. And this is from Sully. So what's this? United. Let me go back to that one there. Yeah, so Sully has brought that news and said that. And then obviously I'm going to show you what else has come out about it as well. There's been other situations from other people. So cool. We move on from there. Laurie Whitwell's come out last night and said the same thing as well. We'll be out for around a month, 3 weeks, a month, more or less the same thing, etc. So we'll see what happens with Sesko. But yeah, he should be all right. Obviously, we got this Semenyo stuff that's coming out. Do you lot think we're going to get Semenyo? I don't think we get him. I think it was him or Mbumo. And we got Mbumo, which is obviously ended up to be the better signing. But Semenyo would be lovely to have on the left side as well. But I just can't see us paying that, especially when we need a midfielder and etc. But Semenyo's release clause of 65 million, valid until January. He declined offers from Man United and Tottenham to sign a new deal with this clause. The fee includes 60 million guarantee plus 5, and it will decrease slightly in the summer, but not below 50. So it'll probably be about 55, probably about 10 million less. Obviously, that's a deal. When we bought Mbumo for 65, they were saying we got bumped. Now Semenyo's going for 65. Oh, you're doing too. Because remember, no one's going to pay 65 million for him. They will end up paying a bit over, so they don't have to pay the release clause. Release clause, you've got to pay the whole money up front. No one does that in football. So you're going to come there and say, you know what, we'll give you 68 million. Let us pay it in installments though. So you could probably pay like 15 million a year or something. So, but when we bought Mbemo, we've got conned and we've overpaid, etc. This is how it goes, isn't it? This is what always happens. So we'll see, man. But this is Semenyo, and this is what's going on with him. Who do you think he goes to? Does he go to Liverpool? Does he go to United? Does he go to Arsenal? There's a lot of talks, but I don't know. We'll end up having to see. We've got this young gem that there's talks about him, that we're interested in him. 16-year-old is attracting interest from Man United and Stuttgart, but Dortmund seem like they're ahead in this one. The club has set his release clause at 8 million euros with a potential sell-on clause. Man United have contacted his entourage, has claimed the Premier League side are the first to approach the Sweden under-18 internationals camp to begin negotiations. This is from Africa Foot, which some people say is probably not reliable, etc. Because like, what does he know, etc. But then Plettenberg's come out literally about an hour ago, and he said the same thing. So I don't know. I don't know how true it is. Let me show you what Plettenberg said. I don't really rate Plettenberg when it comes to Prem, but when it's all these different places, you never know. So Plettenberg's come out an hour ago, and this is what he said about it. He said Dortmund are now in the race for Kevin Filling. Sebastian Kiel wants the 16-year-old striker gem. Man United are still pushing to sign Filling, but no agreement has been reached with any club. Filling can leave AIK as early as this winter. Obviously, AIK is a team in Sweden. So we'll see what happens with this one. I don't know. what happens? It's a little young gem. Remember, this is part of our new little system, how we get these little young gems and then we get them in from early. So it does fit the model. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know him. I've never seen him. I don't think anyone in this chat's ever seen him or watched AIK play. So who knows what's going to happen? Let me get a few of these comments and then I'll get into the thing. Gallagher, rubbish, won't believe, but what's that? And anyway, you're trying to say, I'm guessing. United, I'm not talking to Gallagher. How can he say yes or no? We are not in the transfer window. I'll show you in a minute. Bro, we don't need to be in the transfer window to talk to players, though. That's one thing. A lot of things happened before. There was reports about Semenyo sitting down with Ruben. That was before the transfer even opened. You know what I'm saying? So some things happened before. But I'm going to show you the Gallagher stuff in a minute. You'll understand it a bit more. Don't watch nothing. Maguire does have a knock, so he's still out. He does have a knock. I swear I heard he was cool. I heard Maguire was cool from the last I saw anyway. I'm glad that he said no because he doesn't have the legs for Amrin's system. Who doesn't have the legs? Semenyo. Is that what you're talking about, Alistair? Semenyo definitely got the legs. He plays for Bournemouth. Bournemouth, do you know how much they run over there? Them men are running up and down for Bournemouth. I don't see Semenyo sign as United fan. He will suit Spurs person. Yeah, but Spurs have got too much wingers, bro. I could just count off my head now. Look, you got Kudus, Brennan Johnson, Odobert, Tell. Who else is there? Richarlison can play on the wing. That's 5 already. Kulusevski, that's 6. Who else is there? There's so many. That's 6 alone that I'm just going off. Mikey Moore, is he still there? Is he on loan? Is he injured? That's 7. They got wingers galore. You know what I'm saying? And I probably missed one as well, to be honest with you. So I don't think Spurs get him. The only rumor right now I heard about Semenyo was that he will resign for Bournemouth, sorry. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're running through them anyway. So whatever rumors you haven't seen, you'll see it here. As you know, we'll always say, smash the likes, my peoples, man. And man's going to get into all of it. Metro Community, Man United, appreciate you, man. Keith Smith from AZ will be a good... Yeah, that's the people we need to sign. These are the people, the kids, that Man City will sign or Brighton. Brighton or Man City make these signings and then they become generational. So it's good that we've even entered the market where we can even look at these type of signings and sign them. So it looks like we're in good hands, man. It looks like we're in good hands. So let's get into the rest of the news and then we'll come back to these comments. Keep these comments rolling. Smash the like, my peoples, man. So cool. So what's that then? That's Kevin Filling. We move on from there and then it's more about Benjamin Sesko is set to miss Man United's Premier League fixture with Everton on Monday, but the striker is expected to return from injury before the start of the Christmas fixture list. He's absent from the team is likely to mean that Brian Mbeumo will continue as the focal point of Amrin's front three. He's obviously guessing because he doesn't know what's going on through Amrin's head with Sesko being injured. He's guessing and saying Mbeumo's going to be up front. Mbeumo's played up front probably I can't remember a game he played up front. I know he's interchanged and gone up there a few times in the game, but I don't remember a game where he started as our main striker. Can you not tell me a game that Mbeumo started? I know it's been Cunha, Mount, false 9, etc. But I don't think I've seen a game where Mbeumo has started as the striker. So I don't know what he's a bit guessing. It sounds like a guesswork to me. But I reckon we should just give Zirkzee a chance, really. Give Zirkzee a little chance. But he's saying, basically, Zirkzee's got no chance. From the time he's saying he's absent from the team, likely to mean that Mbeumo will continue to be the focal point, he's saying Zirkzee's not got a chance whatsoever. Forget about it. So, yeah, let's see what happens with that, man. But Benjamin Sesko is going to miss a lot of... He's due to be back basically December. Early December is the talk. So who knows what will happen. But let's see. We'll see what happens with this one. And then the more news after that is obviously Fabrizio Romano. He's come out himself and added these 2 pence in, as he does. And he's obviously said this. Man United staff expect to have Benjamin Sesko back training with the group at the beginning of December. The Slovenian striker expected to be sidelined for around 3 weeks, not a serious long injury as reported 10 days ago. Sully reported that as well 10 days ago. He said, this is not serious. It's nothing serious. Don't worry. So, yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But it doesn't seem like it's anything to worry about, which is a good thing. Sesko, we need him back as soon as possible. Obviously, Anthony's come out and said a few things. He's not a Man United player no more, so it don't really matter. But I'll just say, he basically just said in the last 24 hours, the summer window, Bayern did call for him, but Betis is happiness for him, and he kept his word. He didn't want to betray them. So that's him. Then we've got some stuff about Zirkzee. Zirkzee is keen to join AS Roma in January. The player is attracted by playing for Gasperini. Roma's manager has a good record of working with young forwards. So Zirkzee wants to go to Roma. Obviously, he wants to leave for a good purpose. We just saw Rob Dawson coming out and saying, yo, Mbumo's going to be playing up front. This guy can't get a sniff. And remember, it's a World Cup year. So all these players want to be able to play. So I don't blame Zirkzee and Mainu trying to get what they can to leave and go and get a little game time. But I'll show you exactly what's happened with Zirkzee. So this is all the reports that's come out about Zirkzee. Man United prefer dry loan in January. Want control over players' future. So it's coming like we don't mind them going out on loan now, but we just prefer a dry loan. That means just go on loan for 6 months, come back, and then you're still with us. Not no buy option or obligation or anything like that. Just go on a straight loan, play some football, and then when you come back, we'll sort you whatever we've got to sort out. If we want to sell you, we sell you whatever. So Man United prefer dry loan in January. This is what Sport Witness is saying. Core Sports come out and spoke about it. So this is 2 different sources in Italy. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously we've got this. This is obviously more broken down a bit more that he wants to play under in Roma. Plan is to initially reach an agreement with the player and then negotiate with his club. United want a dry loan deal. So just a little loan. The ideal isn't popular at Roma, who are keen on an initial loan with an option to buy him permanently. So Roma are saying, listen, we want him permanently. We saw what he done here in Italy. He's a baller. And he's been doing things in Prem. We've seen little spells of him. They are also interested in adding an optional obligation which can be triggered in case of a Champions League qualification. Man United's demand for a dry loan would have been accepted in the summer. However, now the Italian side have changed their recruitment strategy and do not want to develop players for other clubs. So they're saying, why do we want to take him for 6 months, give him the season of his life, he ends up down World Cup, and then his price just spikes up now? Why are we going to do that? That's what Roma is saying. We're saying, bro, let us take Zirkzee. We'll take him on loan, but let's add a 25 mil obligation or something to it. Or if he plays, if we make Champions League, we get to sign him. Or let's add something to him where it makes sense for us to sign Zirkzee. We don't just want to sit there and basically just promote him for you lot for no reason. So that's what Roma are saying about this situation. And Man United want a dry loan deal. So that's the only condition we're willing to let him go for is, yo, we'll let you go on a straight loan. You just go there and come back. You understand? We're not sitting there and trying to let you go for the future. We see something in you. You know what I mean? We've got this situation as well. Remember, yesterday there was all these talks about Lavia, Mark Olden. I just have to cuss this guy, you know. You see me? Whenever I see a man and he's coming out and he's doing fraud behavior, I have to call them out. Sources have said that United rejected Chelsea's offer of Romeo Lavia as part of the deal that saw Alejandro Garnacho's move to Stamford Bridge, ultimately for 40 million due to concerns over the 21-year-old's fitness record. So basically, he's saying he just basically made up an easy story. This is what I always tell you about journalists. It's so easy. We all know Lavia's never fit. So what are you going to do? 6 months down the line, you're just going to turn around and go, you know what? Let me make up a story out the blue. What am I going to say to get some clicks? Man United wanted to get Lavia, but because he's always injured, they said no. Chelsea offered him. This is what he's gone out there and said. Fabrizio's came out 1 hour ago and shut the whole thing down. Said, big man, you've gone mad. You're a little man in this thing. Romeo Lavia was not discussed in the deal for Alejandro Garnacho. A name mentioned at the start of the summer was of Tyreek George. That's it. Tyreek George is who Chelsea tried to throw on us. And we said, no. We're good. We don't want no Tyreek George. Yeah? So there was no Lavia talk in the deal. And one thing about Garnacho deal, Fabrizio knew about it heavy because he was rooting for Garnacho to leave. He kept speaking about it all the time. So yeah, bro, this Mark Ogden guy, he's a fraud, man. And man's had to go on his page. He's tried to put an article out just now. And man's had to go on his page, look, and just hot him up. You fraud. Guy's an idiot, man. He's an idiot, man. So man's never ever quoting him again. That's what I tell you. Like, I'm not on this joke thing. I just quote man for no reason. If I get proper evidence that a man is a fraud, because I've never really rated him anyway, ESPN, because it was everyone was throwing it up. I said, you know what? I'm going to talk about the Lavia thing and we'll see. But dude's a fraud. Yeah. Let me get a few of these comments and then we get back into it. But Tyreek George, I'm happy we didn't get him. I don't rate him like that. I also saw reports that he's keen to come to United. So yeah, that is mostly silly talk until we start getting close to the transfer window. United is most close. Yeah, but who are these reports from though? Because the report that I saw this from, that he's keen to come to United, is from the guy that you hate, Indy Kaler. The guy that you hate, Indy Kaler, is the guy that said that he is keen on coming to United. So unless you're going to sit in now and tell us that Indy Kaler is a fraud, then I don't know. But this is what Indy Kaler said. The last thing he said about Gallagher was yesterday. Look at this. Gallagher's agent spoke to Man United. Man United are keen. The player would be delighted to move. Tell me another journalist that said that he will be delighted to come to Man United and he's keen. This is the only person I saw it from. Charlie, I don't know no one else. I'm not keen on Semenyo signing. We need a solid left wing back. Yeah, and I don't think Semenyo's a wing back, and I don't think we spend 65 million on a wing back. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And if you look at it for the future, I love Ruben, bro. I'm all for this, but let's just say he got sacked. What are we gonna have? Semenyo as a winger, Cunha as a winger, Ahmad as a winger, and Bumo as a winger. Bro, we're gonna have some unhappy players, bro. That's 4 wingers. Like, I know Man City does that, but come on, bro. You can't get like, that's going to be too much egos in the way. Man are going to be upset left, right, and centre. So 100%, I'm with you, PT. I'm with you. We need some proper right wing backs that can defend, and a left wing back. They can defend and they can bomb up the wing. Nuno Mendes and that stuff. It's very strange that we have gone from being the most leaky club in the world to becoming fourth. Yeah, it's crazy. You know the thing though, Charlie, when Manchester United, every day they have to make a story for us. That's how they eat every day. Journalists have to eat. They have to feed their families, man. So they'll come out with stories every day. You know what I mean? Mount Cunha and Bumo will be up front for maybe Cunha and Bumo and Ahmad. Yeah, it's true. Zirkzee, he's like a 10 for me personally. That's what I'm saying. So why not you play in the 10 then? You can play in the 10. Or you just play as a false 9. Especially now we got Everton. Maybe Sesko weren't the guy against Everton anyway, because Everton's got big three big defenders that all can header the ball. So maybe it is a false 9 thing anyway against Everton, because their defenders, we're not getting no... I know Tottenham scored a few headers against them, but bro, I just can't see us scoring a few headers against them. They got some big players, man, especially their back three, Tarkowski, Brian, and who's the other guy? Branthwaite. I know he's injured. There's got another guy right now. They're dilly, man. We can't let Zirkzee leave because we are really thin up front. I don't think they let him leave, but it seems like they're giving him a chance to get a loan. Maybe because they know they got someone to replace him. Who knows? I don't know. Zirkzee must go to West Ham for experience, not to Italy. I think we are selling Zirkzee. That's what I'm seeing anyways. He will play more if he was there for the future. Like Mainu has no future at the club. I think Mainu does have a future at the club, to be honest. I just feel like Ruben is more like, yo, you're here for the future. That's what I think exactly is for Mainu. Like, you're here for the future. Right now, don't worry about the games at the moment. The future will be you. Bruno's going to be 33 soon. Them men are going to move on. You will be here in the future. I think Mainu, Zirkzee, I think he will be gone next season. It's bait. Like, they're not really rating him like that. It's bait. Mark Olden is terrible. Yeah, it's weeks ago. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Gomez is the better choice for me, even if Gallagher said yes or no. Yeah, I don't rate Gallagher. Me personally, I don't rate Gallagher, but I understand how he fits the system because he runs around. And that's what we need, man. That's going to be energetic. We're trying to take the ball off them in their own half. So if we got man that are just energetic and they're tackling, and that's what we want. So on a loan deal, it's evident that we don't even want Gallagher. Jason Wilcox and that don't want Gallagher. That's why they only want a loan. They could have bought him for 45 million and they've said no. But I'll show you the Gallagher news now anyway. Don't worry. So that was what came up from Lavia. This is the filling guy. And Bumo. This is Sean Connolly. Sean Connolly is solidified, man. He's solidified. He was standing strong with the Lamans talk, and it all came true. He's solidified. Yeah? As I stated last week, keep an eye on João Gomez. He's a player highly valued by key figures at Manchester United, while speculation about Conor Gallagher is wide off the mark. Gomez is shortlisted. So look at what he said, yeah? It's wide off the mark. And then look at this. When you actually break it down, what's in the article, this is what's in the article, basically. He goes and says, linking Conor Gallagher to Man United are inaccurate. Athletic are not pursuing a sell and have no desire for a loan. the player would also prefer to stay. He doesn't want to come to Man United. He prefers to stay. However, if someone presents an offer of at least 40 million euros, they will be open to discussions. But he prefers to stay. So he doesn't want to come anyways, which is good. I don't run him here anyway. I don't want him in Man United anyway. I just think he's a run. He just runs a lot. And that's the same thing that a lot of Chelsea fans used to say as well. So this is what Sean Connolly's saying. And Sean Connolly is 30, man. He's 30. He gets a lot of things right. Do you understand? And this is it broken down a bit more from United exclusive. So let me get a few more of these. Gallagher is just another workhorse. We need intelligent, exactly. But it's coming like this is what Ruben likes though. He wants workhorses. He wants intensity. Do you understand? He doesn't really care about the man that's going to be pretty with the ball. And he wants a man that's going to run around. Look at who we've been linked with. Belieber. Anderson's a bit pretty with the ball, but he's like a workhorse as well. So it's come like he wants intensity. Man that's going to run. Mason Mount is who he loves. Everyone knows he loves Mason Mount. What does Mason Mount do the best? He runs and he works hard. So it is what it is, isn't it? Obviously, as long as the system's working, we don't really care. If they get Gallagher and he does what he needs to do. But my thing is, go and get someone at least that battles his way into the first team. We've got Cunha and Bumo, and they come straight in the first team. Sesko, Lamons. All four of our signings come straight into the first team this year. They battle their way in. So if we go and get Conor Gallagher, do we rest Casemiro for him? I don't think that happens. I don't think we bench Casemiro for Gallagher. I don't think we bench Bruno for Gallagher. You know what I'm going to say? That's why I think he's just alone. He's just another guy that can come, run around, have some energy, etc. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Chris Wheeler did mention Gallagher to United. It's most likely happening. I believe Wheeler over Connolly. Don't even know who this is. Yeah, get to know. Connolly's dope, man. He knows his stuff, man. He does say 1, 2 things. I don't remember Chris Wheeler saying anything about Gallagher, but maybe you're right. I don't know. But yeah, this is what he's saying, and he's standing strong with it. He's saying, bro, he would prefer to stay, and there's no desire for a loan. We know that they didn't want to do a loan because they already said no. So what he's saying kind of makes sense anyway. Remember, we asked them for a loan in the last day of the window, and they said no. Everyone knows that. Ben Jacobs said that. Fabrizio said that. Everyone said that. So they already said no to a loan. So are we going to give them 40 million euros? I don't think we're going to give them 40 million euros because if we wanted to pay them, we would have paid them. We wanted to pay for Belieber. Brighton said they're not selling him. The money's there. We sold Garnacho and these guys. We've still got money. We haven't spent it yet. So I think Gallagher's a myth. I'll be real. And he prefers to stay. That's what's coming out and saying. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with this Gallagher stuff. It is brewing. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to January, as you can see. So we're going to have more reports about things left, right, and centre. The closer we get to January, the more reports that are going to come out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think Wheeler said it was a loan option to buy as a permanent transfer. What do you mean? What, he said that it's going to happen, or he thinks that? Because that's what I'm saying. There's no way he could have said that, yeah, Man United are going to go for a loan with an option to buy it and make it a permanent transfer, and it would have been everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously, he's obviously gone off his opinion probably, and that's it. It can't be that is solidified. I'll go to Chris Wheeler and I'll see what's over there. Chris Wheeler is reliable for Man United news as well, I'll be real. I will not turn around and say anything about him. But yeah, man, he couldn't have said nothing crazy. He might have just been like, I think they will go for Gallagher, etc. But he can't be sitting there and saying, they're going to go for Gallagher. Watch this space. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he's going to be that, because that would have been everywhere. Like Chris Wheeler saying Gallagher's the one. Bro, we've heard Joe Gomez. We've heard Anderson. Look, where is it? Man can't see it all now. I'm at, where am I at? November the 7th. So whatever he said it a long time ago where things can change. The same way every day we're here, Anderson news. Belieber. We've got different people all the time. So you know, all now, man can't see it. November the 4th. Nothing. What's man asking about Wharton? Yeah, I don't know about Wharton, man. This is what I'm saying. The Wharton stuff, Indicator came out yesterday and said that we're in for Wharton. Let me show you. I told, man, you see, some of these guys, when they say what they say, you got to give them 48 hours or whatever. This is what he said about Wharton. He said, my contact at the club are telling me that a bid has been submitted for Adam Wharton. Ruben Amorim loves the player and believes he can sell the project to Adam before Liverpool contact the player. You see my thing with Indicator? He might say some things that people think he's talking rubbish here, but saying a bid is crazy. You know, bid for a journalist, that's like the be and all. If a journalist comes out and says a bid has happened and the bid hasn't happened, they have literally killed their career. That's what happened to my man in the Mirror when he said that Tottenham made a 70 million bid for Mbumo and it never happened. We've never heard of him since. No one believes him. Anything he says, no one even aggregates it no more. So when you say a bid and it doesn't happen, you've killed yourself. That's the only reason I said, wow, he's actually saying a bid, because he says all the stuff that he says. Yeah, this guy's going to be worth 60 million and this and that and this contact, but he barely says bids. When he says bid, he did say it once for Belieber, it was true. So this is the latest we've heard. It was 6 o'clock yesterday, November the 17th. We've not heard anything else. So he's saying that we're in contact. A bid has been submitted for Wharton. But remember, things can happen behind the scenes. People are moving like everything's got to be in the open. When things come in the open, sometimes they're like 2-3 days old and it's just been leaked now. When people sit down in rooms and do transfers, etc., people think it's like live when they're recording or something and it goes straight to the air. Everyone knows. No. Once they leave and then they start telling people, then it gets out. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just like the stuff that's come out about Semenyo's release clause is 65 million. It's just come out now. Why has it just come out now? Semenyo's had that contract since summer, but his contract just been leaked yesterday by Ornstein. Oh my God, Semenyo is 65 million, but bro, he signed this contract in summer. This is what I'm trying to say. People move like everything has to be now. Look, this is yesterday. Ornstein broke this news about the 65 million release clause, something that he signed in the summer. He signed this in August, and we're only hearing about this in November. So this is what I'm trying to say. So some people will sit there and say, oh, not everything's out. We don't know yet. But every day, like I say, we've got one thing we've definitely got is midfielder talks every day. But this is the stuff on Wharton, Dara. That's the last stuff about Wharton. No one knows what's happening with a transfer until the club act. So right now it's a big guessing game. It's a while ago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Johnny. If you told me something about Chris Wheeler a while ago, that's too long. Things happen every day. Things change. Fabrizio will come out and say something. Ben Jacobs will come out and say something. Ornstein, everyone. You know what I'm saying? So something happened 2 months ago or something. It's irrelevant now. You know, with this world as well, we're here every day talking about stuff. So you just never know. Sekou Kone just scored a brace for Mali under 21, under 23s. Good on him. Because look up, remember, he had that injury that was mad for him. He had a head injury that could have affected him a certain way. There was talks about him wearing a mask, etc. So for him to score a brace now, he's playing, and everyone, majority of Man United fans believe in him as well. So let's see what happens with him, man. So let me show you, if you lot missed anything, and I'll give you a quick summary, of course, as we do. We've got this shoot filling. Borussia Dortmund are in the race to sign him. Man United are pushing, but there's no agreement. So that's one of the young boys. He's 16. He'll probably go in as a gem, etc. This is Fabrizio talking about the injury of Sesko. It's going to be 3 weeks. Sully's come out and said that as well. Lobby Whitwell as well. Zirkzee wants to play under Roma. Roma want him, but United only want a dry loan deal. That's the only condition we'll let him go for. This is what Core Sport and Sport Witness is saying. They want a loan with the option to buy, but we're saying, nah, bro, we don't want to sell him. So if Zirkzee goes, we don't mind him going, but on a loan where he goes for 6 months and then comes back, and then we decide. They're also interested in adding an obligation triggered if they make Champions League, but who knows? Would they make Champions League? Would they not? I haven't heard Roma be in the Champions League in ages. Man United demand for a dry loan. That's it. Simple. All this talks about Lavia, this Mark Oden fraud. He said yesterday, he's come out and said they never discussed about Lavia. It's all the gas. The only player they spoke about was Tyreek George. And obviously, we don't want Tyreek George. We said no. That was it. Simple as that. Benjamin Sesko is going to miss 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Semenyo, what I just showed you about Ornstein, he broke the news. And then now we had Jason Burr and McGrath saying the same thing, that it's going to drop to 55 million or something by the summer. But right now it's 65. That's Semenyo's price. That's just some more news about Sesko, Sesko's injury, etc. And then obviously we've got this about Gallagher, who is Sean Connolly, who I tell you that is reliable. Trust me, he comes out and says ones and twos, and he's saying, listen, the reports of Gallagher to Man United are inaccurate. Athletic are not pursuing a sell and have no desire for a loan. We only want a loan from Gallagher. We don't want to buy him, or we would have bought him already. We spoke to Atletico, we said loan, they said no, we walked off, literally. However, if someone presents an offer of at least 40 million, they will be open to discussion. So are we going to buy him for 34 million pounds? I can't see it happening, or we've already done it. I think if anyone we go for João Gomez. He suits it more than Gallagher. So he's shutting that down. This was yesterday, Indicator talking about a bid has been submitted. We've not heard anything about that. You understand? This is some undercover thing where we're trying to get him on the low and then it's going to come out. Like, look at Chelsea the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? They just signed a new gem from, like, Fabrizio. Here we go. Chelsea saying things can happen. So who knows? That's Sean Conley shutting it down. And he's saying, keep an eye on Gomez. He is highly rated. This is the guy that we want. Keep an eye on João Gomez. He seems like the guy that is most suitable that we could get. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In January. Unless we go and get Conor Gallagher on a loan, then I feel like he seems like the guy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because he's getting relegated. It's meant to be 44 million. He's getting relegated. He knows it. He wants to get out of there. And you got to remember, Wolves are sitting there like, wait a minute, we can take 44 million now because we're going to get relegated, or we hold out, get relegated, and then he's dying to lead the championship, and then everyone's offering us 20 million or 25. Either way, January signing for Man United cannot be ruled out. Conor Gallagher maybe option alone. The view, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, he's just giving his opinion. Like, everyone said this. What he's saying is just what everyone said. Conor Gallagher could be going to Man United. Man United are looking at Conor Gallagher as a loan. Everyone said that. Like, we could be getting him. Ben Jacobs has said it in like 5 times on United Stand. We could be going for Conor Gallagher. Don't rule it out. He's not really saying anything that's like, stand on, like, this is this. Sean Connolly's coming out and saying, bro, it's wide of the mark. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Gomez is bad. He has not had a 7 rating season yet. He's the player I do not think United even looked at. I do not think United have even looked at. United have definitely looked at João Gomez, and we've been looking at him for a few years, I'll be real. And he's been getting, because who else said it? CC, who is certified for transfers, he always speaks on his Discord, yeah? CC. And he came out and said this ages ago. Literally. Look at this. This is Ben Jacobs in 2024, August. João Gomez and Andre are 2 midfielders Man United still appreciate. Blah, blah, blah. CC, United have watched both. I know there's interest. This is August this year. And then obviously, long-standing interest. If he's available, I wouldn't be shocked. So there's been talks about this, about João Gomez, us preying him. I don't really see what's too good about him as well, to be honest. And this is what CC said as well. He was talking about Anderson. And one thing about CC transfers, why I like him, he says this on his Discord. So he's got a Discord channel. You can sign up for it and go there, yeah? He writes little messages and leaves it there. And then when something happens here, he will bring it and show us the date, everything. Look at that. The 4th of November, United have already made contact with Anderson's camp. November the 15th, John Cross has come out with it. So a whole week and a bit after, 10 days later, John Cross, the media's heard about it now and started talking about it. Then CC will let us know on Twitter. Look, I've already said this on the 4th of November. United have made contact with Anderson's camp. This is the exact same thing that John Cross has said. Elliot Anderson, Man United's top target, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I like CC. CC is 30. And when he shows his evidence and he spoke about Gomez. So I think Gomez is the one that we probably go for. Because he's in the Prem. He's doing it in the Prem as well, etc. I don't think they're getting enough ratings like that, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that one there. But me personally, I would just want 2 solidified ones. Go and get a Wharton and Anderson. Get Wharton in the Jan and then get Anderson. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's how we can do it. I think we go for someone like Gomez, 40 million. We'll grab him. Cheers. And then in the summer, we go for Balibo or whoever we need. That's what I think happens. So we'll see what happens, my peoples, man. What's that there? This is just Ben Jacobs talking about Brentford are ranked the 4th most successful club at signing players. Brighton's got to be in this list. Raw, no Brighton. That's crazy. So yeah, my people, that's more or less all the news, man. I'll be back. I'll be here at 9-10 o'clock tonight with a 10-minute update like I always do. So whatever you missed from now all the way till 9, I will have it in that clip. Don't watch nothing. Make sure you lot smash the likes. Appreciate all of you lot.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it? I will take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud. I'm more loud.